Hey there, welcome back to Be Zen. I want to start today's video by asking you a question. Have you ever felt like you had to fake being happy or pretend to feel something that you weren't actually feeling? Like putting on a mask or performing for others, even though inside you might be going through something totally different. I think we've all been there at some point. Whether it's at work, around friends, or even with family. There's this pressure to appear happy, put together, like everything's fine, when in reality, it's not always like that. So I want to talk about that today. Why do we feel we have to fake it? And how does it affect us? First off, let's address why do we feel the need to pretend? For a lot of us, it's rooted in fear. Fear of judgment, fear of not being accepted, or fear of being seen as weak if we're not constantly smiling or appearing upbeat. Social media really fuels this kind of performance. It's like everyone else has their life together, so you start to feel like you should too. But the thing is, emotions are complicated. No one can be happy all the time. And that's okay. It's human to feel a mix of emotions, from sadness to joy, excitement to anxiety. And why do we still feel we have to fake happiness? When we're putting on this mask of happiness, it can take a toll on us. At first, it might seem harmless. You push through the day, smiling through the discomfort, keeping up appearances. But over time, it leads to emotional exhaustion, burnout, and a sense of isolation because you're not being your authentic self. And that disconnect can start to eat away at your mental and emotional health. It's like carrying around a weight that nobody sees. I know, I've been there. I felt at times that I had to pretend everything was fine, even when I was struggling. And it only made matters worse. The more I hid my true feelings, the more disconnected I felt from myself and others. It's crazy how much energy we can spend just trying to maintain that image. So the question is, how can we start shifting this? How can we stop faking this happiness or pretend to feel something we don't? And the first step is to acknowledge it. Recognize it, that when you're wearing that mask and giving yourself permission to take it off. You don't have to be okay all the time, and you don't have to feel guilty for not being okay. It's okay to feel how you feel. It's okay to say, I'm not okay, or I need time, or I'm struggling right now. And being vulnerable, being honest can also sometimes strengthen those relationships. Because when you open up, you also give others permission to do the same. And no, it doesn't mean that we should wallow in negativity all the time. It's not about ignoring the good things or staying stuck in a tough moment. But it's really about being real with ourselves and others and embracing our full emotional range. So if you feel you've been faking it, I want to encourage you today to give yourself grace. It's okay to take off the mask, to feel what you need to feel, and to start showing up as your authentic self. And that can be a little messy sometimes. That's okay too. We're all human. What can also help is a mindfulness practice, like sitting for a few minutes quietly by yourself and just asking, how am I really feeling right now? Close your eyes and breathe deeply and just sit with the emotions, whether they're happy, sad, anxious, or frustrated. Another way can be journaling. That can also help bring self-awareness to your feelings and to the patterns over time. When you can catch yourself if you're caught up in the same kind of loop. And it helps to be kind to yourself. You tell yourself, It's okay to feel this way. I'm here for myself. You can practice affirmations like, I deserve to feel all of my emotions without judgment. And remind yourself that being human means experiencing ups and downs, and that's perfectly okay. So I just want to close this. The key is to be kind to yourself and to remember that it's okay to feel how you feel. The goal is never to fake happiness, but to recognize it when you're doing that. And give yourself the freedom to experience what you're actually feeling. You don't have to perform for anyone. Your authentic self is enough.